Hi everybody, welcome to the Quick Take. My name is Bill and today we're going to talk about Welcome to Fright Night. For real. Tom Holland's 1985 classic. Now I'm going to say it's a classic because it was a new classic. It did something that other horror movies at the time didn't do, and I'll explain that later. Anyway, it stars Amanda Bierce, William Ragsdale, Roddy McDowall, and Chris Sarandon as Jerry Dandridge himself. But the person who made this movie, in my opinion, besides Jerry Dandridge, was Roddy McDowall. But anyway, let's get to the take. Charlie Brewster, played by William Ragsdale, and I can almost say that, is an average ordinary teenager. He's got a really cool car, a girlfriend that he's still trying to get into her pants, a healthy desire for scary movies, and maybe a vampire living next door. Well, at least he thinks so. Now, Charlie has a very over imagination, according to his friends Ed and his girlfriend Amy, who she's played by Amanda Bierce. But anyway, after a series of events, Charlie puts two and two together. And this leads to Charlie really thinking that his neighbor is a vampire.
I have a vampire living next door to me, and he's gonna kill me if I don't protect myself.
Now, Charlie just can't help himself. He gets the police involved, yes, actually gets the police involved, under the pretense that he thought the neighbor killed somebody in the house. Well, the neighbor probably did kill somebody in the house, and Charlie probably did see it.
Charlie thinks he saw the victim in this house.
I saw him carry her body out in a plastic bag.
Anyway, he gets the police involved, and as the cops are there, he makes it slip, or maybe on purpose, that the person who's living there is a vampire. The supposed vampire's roommate laughs it off, as well as the cops, and the cop just says, "Hey man," and he leaves. And then that leaves Charlie with the roommate, who is not very impressed. Later that night, Jerry decides to pay Charlie a little visit and give Charlie a chance to keep his mouth shut. Does Charlie agree? Not so much. This results in Charlie almost meeting his end and one pissed off vampire who is going to come back and visit him one more time. Charlie knows he's in serious trouble, so that next day he tries to enlist the help of Peter Vincent, the great vampire killer. Well, actually, Peter, played by Roddy McDowall, is a washed-up actor who now is a host of a local access cable channel's horror series. Though Charlie thinks that Peter's going to jump at the chance to help him, Peter doesn't believe him just like everybody else and gives him a hard no. Charlie realizes he's out of options, so he has no choice but to kill Jerry himself. So as he's sharpening the stakes and his girlfriend and his buddy Ed come into the house, they know that he's pretty serious. And he tells them what he's going to do. But they're thinking he's going to get locked up for what he's going to do, so they left him there and went and talked to Peter Vincent himself. And after a nice payoff from Amy, looks like Peter Vincent's going to help him. They called Jerry Dandridge, and Jerry said, "No problem, just meet me tomorrow night at my house." So the next night, they meet at Jerry's house, and Peter has him perform a ritual to prove that he's not a vampire. Now, Jerry performs this ritual, and Charlie knows that it's not real. However, Charlie, he's cool with it because he knows that if he doesn't go along with this, that his friends could be killed by Jerry. Peter finds out by his own ways that Jerry is a vampire. And after they leave, Jerry finds out that Peter knows he's a vampire. The movie really starts to heat up now. You got Jerry who hunts down Ed. Ed attempts to hunt down Peter, but it doesn't bode well for Ed. Jerry then starts hunting down everyone until he finally gets his teeth literally into Amy. And then Charlie has to deal with Jerry and Amy. But after a lot of convincing, maybe begging, and a few other things, Peter reluctantly starts helping Charlie to get Amy and Jerry, but it isn't that easy. Charlie and Peter have to get through Jerry's roommate, Billy Cole. Once they do that, then they have to get through Jerry and kill him because he's already sunk his teeth into Amy, who is a part vampire, but if they don't kill Jerry by sunrise, she's going to become a full-fledged vampire. Vampire rules. Very important. And finally, through a great climax of a great movie, Charlie and Peter prevail over everyone.
You're out of time, Mr. Dandridge.
Jerry is sent to Never Never Land and Amy saved. Yeah, go vampire killers. Just what the hell was that? One of the things I loved about this movie, it revitalized vampire movies. Vampire movies were written differently up until this movie. And what it did, this movie, Fright Night, the original, is it modernized the vampire. Jerry was a contemporary kick-ass vampire. And with that, let's talk about the characters in this movie. All of these characters fit. Peter Vincent, to me, was kind of the rock in this whole movie. But Jerry Dandridge, with his stylized version of a vampire, was awesome. Charlie, a little freaky. Ed, his real freaky friend, and Amanda Bear's Amy really, solidified this whole cast of characters, and it was really good. The other thing I liked is it had a lot of humor, but it had a lot of scary moments. There was actually some pretty scary moments, and I remember when I was a kid and I went to this movie, it freaked out some people. And also, a lot of people who went to see this movie saw it again and again. There's some scenes in this movie that are quite freaky. There's gothic parts to this movie, yet once again, it's still all stylistic and it's still all modern for that time. I believe that this film was kind of a precursor to movies like The Lost Boys and movies of that nature. Fright Night was the first one to actually do this kind of thing, and it really worked well. Getting into the technical aspects of this movie, the smoke and the lighting and all the creaks and all that stuff that was put into this movie was actually really kind of gothic. And it really made it feel like an old type of almost a Hammer horror movie, like one of those Christopher Lee ones. And not only did that set the mood, the music set the mood. The soundtrack of this movie is awesome. Get on YouTube and check it out. These are old 80s songs, but they all fit. And it was, like I said, like any other portion of this movie, it was also modernized. So the music was really good, and it really fit the flavor of this movie. And of course, what can I say without giving a shout out to the practical effects? The practical effects in this movie were really good, and they worked really well. There wasn't anything that I would really change in this movie. Like, the sets were really good, and like I said, the color, the music, the special effects, the characters, everything was really good. Modern, but also gothic horror at the same time. It was a scary movie. I would recommend that you grab some popcorn, Jiffy Pop, of course, and sit down and watch the movie, drink some beer, and have a good time. It is a fun movie to watch. It's funny, it's scary, and it's really cool. So once again, thanks for watching and listening to my quick take. Hopefully this is a quicker take than I did on Scream, which was so long to do. But, there's a lot of stuff going on in life, and, you only have time to do so much. But anyway, once again, please subscribe, please like and share, please hit that little bell or click that little bell, and hopefully in the near future, I can get a lot more of these out. That's what I'm planning to do. And once again, thank you for watching the quick take. Have a great day.